as we take a look at the tail of the tape for this one. Both fighters 30 years of age. Harrison 2 inches taller, and the weight almost identical, the reach identical. Slight leg reach advantage for Andre Harrison. But both these guys, what's interesting, and this plays into what Boss usually says, these guys are both top-level wrestlers, so we expect a fight of striking.
That's it. That's what we're going to see, and that's what's going to happen. Watch.
Andre Harrison, Lance Palmer, as Eve Edwards and Caroline pointed out, this is a rematch. It's now time for the introductions. Here is Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the New Orleans Theater here in the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, we have arrived to the final 4 fights of the evening, the semifinals in the featherweight and heavyweight divisions. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. New Orleans, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, in this 3-round semifinal in the featherweight division, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a wrestler standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in officially 145 1/2 pounds. In 20 professional bouts, he stands perfect with 20 victories and no defeats. Here's the number 3 seeded featherweight from Freeport, New York, the undefeated Andre the Bull Harrison! And across the cage stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Also a wrestler, he stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds, and 18 professional bouts. His record, 15 victories and 3 defeats. The number 2 seeded featherweight in the tournament from Columbus, Ohio. Here is the party, Lance Palmer! And your referee in charge of the action is Keith Peterson.
So it's the Bull and the party. 3 rounds to see who will go to New York City. Andre Harrison is undefeated. Lance Palmer has never been knocked out. Be careful what you wish for, guys. As we talked to both of these fighters, they both said this was the fight they wanted. What an appropriate end in this division to go on to New York City if you can get past one of these 2 former champs.
I'm always nervous with an open stance that they're going to do the inside low kicks and somebody's going to hit a knee or a shin. So let's hope we're not going to see that.
Remember, both fighters already fought tonight. Both fighters went the full 2 rounds earlier tonight in quarterfinal victories. Randy, if you had to pick which fighter had the tougher fight earlier, the more physically taxing fight?
I mean, I thought Andre Harrison's match was a little closer. He had to work a little harder for that. I think Lance used his wrestling really well and really intelligently in his fight. He didn't risk any damage. He took him down. He smothered him for both rounds and dominated the position to win the fight. So, but I think these guys are so physically fit. It really, at this point, makes no difference.
Cardio should not be an issue with both of these top-flight athletes. Palmer, of course, the 4-time All-American from Ohio State. Andre Harrison with a deep wrestling background as well. Top shelf, and as Boss Rutan pointed out, it'll turn into a striking match. Palmer sliding over, connecting with that left. Good block by Harrison, and now he changes up his stance.
I like that punch. It's a weird thing to throw.
It was an odd setup, wasn't it? He slid way to the outside just as he threw the punch.
Is it like a setup play in football? Do you think he's showing something early to him so he can attack it maybe later on?
Yeah, if you do this a few times, you know, you give them a pattern, and once they start reacting to the pattern, you break the pattern, you don't do it, and then you connect.
This is 3 rounds here in the semifinals, so you can see the fighters taking a little more cautious approach, as we saw in the quarterfinals. It was 2 rounds, with the first round being the tiebreaker. I think this really goes, I know the fans don't like it, they want to see more action, but guys, I think this goes to respect. I think both these guys know what the other one's capable of. And there's a low kick as Palmer came over the top. Harrison launched a kick at the inappropriate time, not intentional. and it'll just take a little adjustment there for Lance Palmer.
Yeah, the ball of the foot.
No points deducted there. Palmer would have up to 5 minutes at the referee's discretion. He is ready to go. This is such an even fight, guys, on paper and style, because they both have the speed, they both have the power. You maybe give the wrestling edge to Lance Palmer, but right now we haven't seen that yet. Seem content to stand and punch. Harrison jabbing, trying to find an opening.
Yeah, even with his leg almost, right? Looked like a jab. Boop. Flips it out just to let him know it's there.
It was interesting, he switched stances and then threw that left hook.
Yeah.
This seems to favor Andre Harrison and the way he usually fights. He likes to grind these things out. Lance Palmer likes to grind it out in a different way. He likes to grind it out on the canvas, pounding you.
We'll see his father, Dwayne Palmer. Double the size, but they kind of look the same.
Look at that intensity. And Pops wants to get in there. Here we go. Palmer trying to find an opening to get inside with Harrison, respecting the speed in those hands. Guys, this would be a tough one with 1 minute to go here in the first of 3 rounds to judge, because did anyone win this first round? And was this a complete,
yeah,
I don't want to get clipped early.
No, yep. Nobody really landed any significant. Palmer had two, I think, of those outside step left hands, but they didn't really damage Andre at all. He didn't land that flush. Andre had a couple of shots, but nothing terribly effective either.
What do you think, boss? Too much respect from either fighter? Do you think Palmer should try to shoot and get him to the ground?
I think Palmer has to at least start reaching and faking like he just did and get Andre to respect that, drop his hands a little bit, and then throw his punches off of that head fake, off of that half shot.
Yeah, everything. Fake a shot, fake a punch, you know, feinting. I mean, it's so effective if you just start feinting.
One round complete.
Everything on the rear side is working very well, okay? I don't mind if you want to double up some of that rear side stuff. The kick is there. Let's set it up with the hook and bring the kick back, okay? Coach?
Perfect. Let's go to the body again with that left hand.
Okay.
That kick is amazing.
Yeah, we need to set it up.
Also,
when you have him close to the cage, now we gotta cut him off. Stop circling, couple steps forward, start pumping your jab over his right hand. His right hand is low. If you want, follow up your right hand. Left kick to the neck. He's like this. But you gotta rip it. If you're gonna do that, you gotta rip the kick. But let's go. Let's mix up your kicks. Let's go. He's petrified of it. He's looking just to shoot. That's all he's looking to do. Is just to shoot. Come on, let's go.
So 2 different views from 2 different corners. We can tell you that not one power punch was landed in that first round of 5 minutes. So now the corner's saying, guys, you got to step it up. Lance Palmer's corner telling him, set it up with those kicks and the punches. Harrison's corner saying, let the hands go, and all he's trying to do is shoot. You guys concur with one side or the other?
I never saw a full solid shot from Palmer.
He faked it.
He reached a couple times. He changed levels and reached a couple times, which I think he needs to sell better. He needs a little bit better level change, a little better head fake, and make Andre Harrison really think he's coming.
There again was that rear punch. You saw that?
Yeah, that's that interesting
walking punch.
Step to the outside.
Yeah.
Throw that left hand as he does it. It's an interesting punch.
Yeah.
Both these guys look like they could go 5 more rounds, although they've already fought 2.
Okay.
So 3 rounds here. Andre Harrison, a perfect 20-0. Both of them former World Series of Fighting champions, which now turned into the Professional Fighters League. So they bring a great pedigree, as we mentioned. Lance Palmer, the green trunks, a 4-time All-American wrestler at Ohio State University.
even just faking a shot.
Yeah.
Go for it. It doesn't matter if you land the shot or not. Get inside the head of the opponent. Then fake it again. Then come with a straight
Here we go.
There's a takedown.
It is on. And although Andre Harrison has top-level wrestling and a collegiate wrestling background as well, this is probably where Palmer has the advantage.
Trying to capture that far side wrist.
Wow.
He's got his back now. He's got both hooks in. I can't see with the fence.
He's going to go for
Palmer. No, one hook. Trying to power half. Trying to secure this back position. Now he's got both hooks in. Puts the body triangle on. He's going to start working the neck. Trying to soften Andre Harrison up.
So Harrison, now strapped with a Buckeye backpack, has to find a way to get him off his back and try to score some points.
He's very high on his back also. Makes it a little harder for a choke, although it's still very, very possible. If he was a little lower, it would be easier.
Wow. Andre Harrison has never lost. He has never been stopped. And right now, he is in a bad, bad place in New Orleans.
That's more of a neck crank. He's setting up. He wants to slide. Probably his left hand underneath there, you see? He's lifting
He's got
up.
a face crank now. He's not under the chin.
But he needs to go under there.
How do you defend this if you're the bull Andre Harrison? You just flip around, boss, and just drop to your back and body slam him?
Tough to flip around with that body triangle on. He's got that locked on and laced on that back of that knee. It's going to keep him in position on Andre Harrison's back. He's protecting his neck, which is the first order of business. He's got to keep his neck free. Because if he gets that locked on, it could be a real problem for him, even standing.
You know, but also, if this is not going to lead to anything, then for Palmer, this is going to shoot his legs full with lactic acid. And he's going to feel that if the fight continues on the feet.
What about hauling Palmer around for a minute or two at about 150, 160 pounds?
No, he's just balancing against the fence, so I don't see the problem there. It's just breathing. It's a little harder now, but still you can see he can move the core, and that's where you breathe with your core, not the belly. So
Palmer looking up at the clock. Referee looks on. And if you're just tuning in, this might be the oddest visual you'll see all night long, with Lance Palmer on the back of Andre Harrison, hanging on for dear life, hoping to make his way into the finals and $1 million on New Year's Eve fighting at Madison Square Garden.
Koala bear technique.
Koala bear backpack right there.
You see, if nothing happens, I say Keith Peterson should just restart him again, because, you know, he's controlling the hands. It's very hard to submit somebody from here.
So are you saying the energy sap is more on Lance Palmer than Andre Harrison?
I don't know. I think both guys are carrying weight. Both guys' legs are working. Harrison's got a little better position because he can just lean against the fence and take a little of the pressure off, but he's still got to protect his neck. Tough to call a restart when a guy's got your back. I mean, even standing.
I can tell you where I'd rather be. Lance Palmer has the better view.
That's it, he's higher ground.
Look at this.
It's also military style, strategically is much better.
Andre Harrison looks like, I'll just walk you down to Cafe Du Monde and buy you a benet.
Yeah, there's nothing happening. If I was Keith Peterson, I would restart it, right?
He's got good hand control now, Andre Harrison does.
This is bizarre.
I mean, Palmer still has position, but obviously he could unhook his legs and step down.
Well, if you think of combat sports, this is probably not what you normally see. He hung on for 3 minutes and 20 seconds in the modified backpack attack and got nothing out of it.
Well, I don't know. I think it might have won him the round or something. He took position. He had a takedown. He got position. He secured that position. He dictated where that fight for almost 3 minutes of that round took place.
That's true. That's true. Although we couldn't do anything with it still, we dictated where it was.
Not a lot of punches thrown in that round, as you can imagine, as we listen into Andre Harrison's corner.
He's throwing his left.
Jack goes.
I need time.
Okay.
Time.
Yes. Got it. We'll give it
halfway or
no problem. We're giving it to you. Slow it down.
Here it is one more time from Ref Cam, the genesis
Level
of this.
change, driving double leg, nice turning the corner and putting Harrison on his back. That was a very, very nice double leg by Lance Palmer. Here's the back attack.
I don't know if it goes more towards Andre Harrison's defense or Lance Palmer's attack, that Harrison was able to hold that for 320 and not lose his neck and get rear naked choked and end the fight. He was able to fight it off continually. And you look at the biceps on Lance Palmer, that's some serious business.
It's a precarious place
Sun's out, guns
to get
out.
that choke in and get it sunk.
So here we go in the third and final round. The winner moving on to the finals in New York City on
Single
New
leg,
Year's Eve.
finishes, turns the corner, puts Harrison on his backside.
Exactly the same thing.
Harrison pressing the action a little bit.
He needs to get up now. He can't have that again. Here we go.
Randy,
There's a
you're
wrist ride.
a former collegiate wrestler. You heard during that break, Lance said, "I need time." Is he wants the called out from his corner?
He wants to know where he's at in the round. And obviously, I think his corner was giving that, but he couldn't hear it from across the cage.
So is that strategic? Like, I want to know when there's 90 left or
needs
two
to
so
know,
I can go.
Yeah, how much energy he can spend, what he should, if he should ditch the attempt. Now this is a much easier place for Lance Palmer to try and secure the neck. And Harrison doing a great job. Goes to the root of the problem, which is those anchors, takes those feet out. Now he's going to be able to try and turn and maybe end up on top of Lance Palmer if Palmer's not careful. Palmer now with the other hook
Back
in.
your head, go right. Bridge, get your head to the mat, Trey, go. Bridge those hips to your right. Go to your right, Trey.
Bridge to the right, Trey.
Go to your right. Scoot out, scoot away, not that way. Not that way, not that way,
Yeah, the other
Trey.
way.
Keep
You
turning.
have to roll
Keep
into it.
turning.
Smart
Keep
change by Palmer there, making sure he ends up on top and stays on top. He's not going to let Andre Harrison turn in his legs and end up on the top.
Well, what does he
position.
do here, Randy? Because it's either going to be the mount or he's going to give up his
Now
back.
he's got to posture up and start punching. Make Harrison question, and there's an arm triangle, potential arm triangle. He might be able to flatten out and get in there. Not sure he's got the right angle for it, but he definitely has a position.
Lance Palmer is making life miserable right now for the Bull, Andre Harrison. A perfect 20-0 record, and he looks like he may be 250 away from getting his first loss of his professional career. More
Palmer may
importantly,
want to think, I'm not sure if he's got the right angle for that arm triangle, but he might step off the mount and really settle his hips down and in. But risks losing position, and he's in a pretty dominant position.
I think he lost it there.
Got to climb to a high mount now, posture up, and rain down some shots on Andre Harrison from here.
Colin Palmer on the right, Lance's father, Dwayne Palmer, softly whispering instructions.
Palmer doing everything he can. There's a big hip escape attempt by Andre Harrison, and he's going to pull his legs in. Nice steps off the cross side. Now it's Palmer. That was smart.
So Palmer
He's
now
about to lose
side
position.
control.
Again, the arm triangle is there. If Palmer can drive his head up in and trap that arm, but tough to do from that position.
Lance Palmer has been at top level at every organization in the WEC. Then the World Series of Fighting, and now the PFL, and he looks to be about 90 seconds away from possibly clinching his spot in the championship in New York City. Heavyweights will be coming up next here live from New Orleans on NBCSN. Felipe Lins taking on Jared Rochold, another top-level wrestler from Oklahoma State, taking on the Brazilian. That fight is next, but we've still got 1:10 to go here as Andre Harrison looks like he's in danger of getting his first loss of his professional career.
Lance Palmer with one hook in and threatening the neck to keep Harrison attentive. Gotta pay attention there.
Yeah, pretty, not so. Effective, highly effective what he's doing right now.
Palmer's approach is a lot like the weather here in New Orleans the last few days. Oppressive. That humidity just sits on you, and you just can't get out of it, and that's what Andre Harrison is dealing with right now. Palmer is just
peanut butter.
It's just all over him. It's not flashy. It's not.
But you know what? It secures him.
It secures him
to the finals.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Now this,
So nobody
heavy hands coming down.
Here's the high mount. He's going to try and score some points here.
Here it is, the final 10 seconds. One of these men is moving on to the championship. Well, you know who Papa Palmer thinks just won.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree with him.
Yeah, me too.
Takedown in the second period, takedown in the third period. That's 2 rounds. How you score that first period is a toss-up any way you look at it.
Yeah.
But I still see it 2 rounds to 1 for Lance Palmer. Beautiful level change, turns the corner off of his knees, puts Andre Harrison on his backside, steps over, secures dominant position for more than 3 rounds or 3 minutes of this period.
Something you will probably never hear again in a PFL fight. Power punches landed over the course of 3 rounds. Palmer won, Harrison nothing. Would be surprised if Dwayne Palmer's already on the phone booking a flight to New York City. Official decision is now in. One of these men moving on to the championship. You'll see it live on NBCSN. New Year's Eve from Madison Square Garden. Will it be the Bull, Andre Harrison, or Lance Palmer? We're about to find out with the official word. Here's Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals: 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. Your winner of the semifinal, now advancing to fight for $1 million on New Year's Eve, from Columbus, Ohio, the party, Lance Palmer!
And what a party it'll be as the Palmer clan will make their way to the Big Apple to ring in 2019.